my God, you won't believe the latest tea about Drake, and trust me, this is wild. Our boy Drake is about to take another massive L, and this time it's looking pretty serious because Kendrick Lamar's wife just dropped some major receipts that are completely exposing his lies. The way this drama is unfolding, everyone's buzzing that Whitney might actually hit Drake with a defamation lawsuit. Can you even? Listen, if Drake thought he could bounce back from his first L with Kendrick, he might not have a choice this time with Whitney in the picture. So grab your popcorn, because this tea is piping hot. Here's the thing. Drake has been dragging Whitney's reputation through the mud for what feels like forever, making these absolutely shocking accusations about paternity fraud and unfaithfulness. And as if that wasn't messy enough, he's been out here claiming that Whitney and Dave Free, Kendrick's manager and best friend, have been having this secret affair for years. But here's where it gets interesting. Drake's all talk and no receipts, while Whitney, oh honey, she's got all the receipts to nail Drake down. And word on the street is she's seriously considering taking this to court.
Tia, where you from? Y'all make some noise for Tia from Denver, y'all. You look very nice tonight, by the way. I like curly hair, I like your hair. Stand right there. Just give me like 2 seconds, I'm gonna get ready for you, because I gotta be ready for you.
And they said they had evidence and all of this, and then I never heard anything about it again.
Yeah, because it's foolishness. Mm-hmm. That's the most ignorant stuff I've ever heard made up.
I was like, Kendrick did that? I doubt it.
And that person whoever made that up owes an apology. Not to me, but to women that actually go out there and get them. You dig what I'm saying? That's a real issue, and to be putting a person name that stands for someone way more better, that's been raised way more better than that. That's not cool. There's people out there that really get a and there's women out there that get a and don't say nothing and live their lives through that. So
because I was like, I'm sure if that happened, there'd have been a police report. You would have been arrested.
But wait, because this gets even juicier. This whole revenge situation started brewing after UMG got hit with this massive defamation lawsuit a few weeks ago. And let's spill some more tea. Drake's out here claiming that UMG was working behind the scenes with Kendrick to promote Not Like Us, which is literally packed with these wild accusations about Drake being into underage girls. And UMG? They're not backing down, they're actually doubling down on these claims. Now, let me take you back in time for a second, because believe it or not, Drake and Kendrick weren't always at each other's throats. There was actually a time when these two were collaborating and dropping tracks together. But oh honey, things went south fast, and Kendrick's been spilling all the reasons in his diss tracks. Let's talk about how this whole mess started. Picture this. It's 2013, and while we're not 100% sure what lit this fire, Kendrick has been dropping hints in his songs about why he can't stand Drake. He's called him everything from a culture vulture who only claims his blackness when it benefits him, to a straight-up colonizer, habitual liar, and master manipulator. The drama. The first shot was fired in that iconic song, Control, where Kendrick went off, calling out everyone in the game. Remember those legendary lines in the barbershop debates? Kendrick basically said he was coming for everyone's crown, including Drake's. And while other rappers took it in stride, Drake, he took it personally, honey. Fast forward a few years, and Drake drops First-Person Shooter as his comeback. He's out here declaring he's as big as the Super Bowl. I mean, the audacity. He's saying things like, lot of N's debating my numeral, not 3, not 2, I'm the uno, and talking about being part of some big 3 with Kendrick. But clearly, Kendrick wasn't having any of that comparison. Kendrick clapped back so hard, saying, "Think I won't drop the location? I still got PTSD, mother effer big three. It's just big me." The tension was through the roof at this point, and Drake, he was absolutely losing it. Then came push-ups, and this is where Drake really crossed the line. He started taking back everything he said about Kendrick being in the big three, saying, "Pipe squeak, pipe down. You ain't no big three. SEA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down." And then, as if that wasn't petty enough, he started making fun of Kendrick's shoe size, saying he wears a size 7. But here's where it gets really messy. Drake brought Whitney into it, talking about how she needs bodyguards because of Kendrick. He actually had the nerve to say, "I'd be with some bodyguards like Whitney." And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Drake starts spreading these rumors about taking Kendrick's latest girl, basically accusing Kendrick of cheating on Whitney. The audacity of this man. But the absolute worst part? Drake used AI-generated voices of Tupac and Snoop Dogg in his next diss track to troll Kendrick. Can you believe the disrespect? Tupac's family was absolutely furious and demanded he take the song down. And what does Drake do? He turns around and accuses Kendrick of snitching to Tupac's family. The drama just keeps getting messier. Now Kendrick wasn't about to let all this slide. He dropped Euphoria and absolutely demolished Drake's tailor-made freestyle. For 6 whole minutes, Kendrick went bar for bar, calling Drake out for being a habitual liar and master manipulator. He threw the most savage shade, asking, "Am I battling ghosts or AI?" and offering to double Drake's wage instead of letting a Canadian make Tupac turn in his grave. What made this track different was that Kendrick finally stopped with the subliminals and called Drake out by name. Why? Because Drake had crossed that line by dragging his family and Tupac into this mess. Kendrick straight up said, "Fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale? You're a pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you." But Kendrick wasn't done. He went after Drake's whole identity crisis, calling him out for being a Karen one day and acting all hood the next. He was literally whipping BBL Drizzy with every single verse. Drake, knowing he was losing this battle, came back with Family Matters, where he doubled down on these horrible DV allegations against Kendrick. He had the nerve to say, "When you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she's bigger than you?" The disrespect. But Drake wasn't done. He started spreading rumors about Kendrick being unfaithful to Whitney, saying things like, "Why did you move to New York? Is it because you're living that bachelor life? Proposed in 2015, but don't want to make her your actual wife. I guess this wedding ain't happening, right? Because we know the girls that you actually like." And then, Drake took it to a whole new low by suggesting that Kendrick's son actually belongs to Dave Free. He really said, "You a dog and you know it. You just playing sweet. Your baby mama's caption is always screaming, 'Save me.' I heard that one of them little kids might be for Dave Free. Like, who does that?" Now here's the thing. Kendrick has consistently denied all these accusations. He's always talked about how much he loves and respects Whitney, and in so many songs, he's shared how she's been this amazing companion throughout his journey. I mean, Whitney herself called Kendrick the kindest man she's ever met. But with Drake pushing this whole Whitney the victim narrative so hard, you have to wonder, is this really about concern for Whitney? Or is Drake just bitter because he doesn't have the loving relationship and stable family that Kendrick has? And let's talk about Drake's pattern, because this isn't the first time he's gone after someone's partner during a beef. It's like clockwork. If Drake has beef with you, he's coming for your girl. Kendrick made sure to call this out in his next diss track, Meet the Grahams. And oh my goodness, this track absolutely buried Drake. Kendrick started with this emotional punch. "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have worn a condom. I'm sorry that you got to grow up and stand behind him. Life is hard." The savagery. But Kendrick wasn't done. He went on to make these shocking allegations about Drake being involved in some really dark stuff, saying, "Never fall in the business. That's bad religion." He even called Drake out about his own parenting drama. "No throwing rocks and hiding hands, that's law. Don't be ashamed about who you with. That's how he treats your mom. Don't have a kid to you, hide a kid again." Then came the part that had everyone's jaws on the floor. Kendrick suggested that Drake not only hated women, but was also involved in some seriously questionable behavior. Him and Weinstein should get locked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women. He's got offenses on Jovio that he keeps on a monthly allowance. Kendrick didn't even wait for Drake's response before dropping Not Like Us, where he straight up called Drake a certified predator and told people to keep their daughters away from him. And the ultimate power move? In the music video, Kendrick featured Whitney and his kids. Yes, the same woman Drake's been trying to paint as a victim. Talk about showing receipts. This track blew up so big that everyone was singing it, making Kendrick the clear winner of this decade-long rap battle. The cherry on top? Kendrick was set to perform it at the Super Bowl. But Drake, being the sore loser he is, wasn't ready to take his L and filed this lawsuit against UMG. Like, how corny can you get? The irony here is just too much. Drake's trying to sue over accusations that he's got his own history with. The internet has receipts of Drake's questionable interactions with underage girls, including that whole situation with Billy Bobby Brown when she was just 13. And let's not forget that uncomfortable moment when Drake kissed a 17-year-old girl on stage before asking her age, and then made these weird comments about her body.
Y'all gonna have me getting carried away again. I get in trouble with shit like this. How old are you? Oh, that's I can't go to jail yet, man. 17? Why do you look like that? You thick. Look at all this.
This is exactly why Drake didn't directly sue Kendrick in this messy situation. He knows he'd take another massive L, but we've got to give props to UMG for how they've handled this drama. They just dropped this statement saying, not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical. They even pointed out how they've invested millions in Drake's music, and their employees have worked tirelessly to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. UMG also spilled the tea about how Drake's used their company to distribute his own diss tracks, where he's gone after not just Kendrick, but other artists too. And now he's trying to use the law as a weapon against Kendrick, even though he threw the first stone? The audacity. But here's the real tea. If Drake isn't careful, he might end up fighting multiple legal battles because people are already calling for Whitney to take him down for defamation. This drama is far from over. And honestly, Drake might want to think twice before he makes his next move, because it's looking like he's already in way over his head. The way this story's unfolding, it's giving us all the drama we never knew we needed. And honey, we're here for every single second of it. The question is, will Drake finally take his L gracefully, or is he about to learn his lesson in the courtroom? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this tea is scalding hot.